What's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so there's been a lot of news out there in the hip hop, you know what I'm saying, online or whatnot, man. And it was talking about Quando Rondo recently. Now, people have been talking about Quando Rondo ever since yesterday. I did a video about the situation with him and Big U. And a lot of people are chiming in on Quando Rondo's response to the Big U accusations. Now, for those of you who are lost and haven't checked my last video, I'd say check that video out first. But just here's a brief synopsis. So, Big U was on the Breakfast Club, and he basically alluded to the fact that Quando Rondo has been trying to reach out to him to get some quote-unquote protection. Now, a lot of folks were like, calling foul on this and felt like, man, Quando Rondo was running to the big homie for help after, creating a mess there in Atlanta with the whole King Von situation. Now, a lot of people have chimed in on this, and one of these people is allegedly Lil Durk. Now, Lil Durk usually doesn't mention names specifically, unless it's on a song, to be honest. And dude went to social media last night and said a couple things, and everybody believes that he's talking about Quando Rondo. Now, before we get into the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about some of these responses to this Quando Rondo drama, man. So, Quando Rondo got himself in quite a pickle, and a lot of people are saying he's reaching out for that protection, right? Now, a lot of people have commented on this. Now, people who have been had Quando Rondo's back through this whole thing that happened since the whole King Von thing has been, NBA and basically 4K trade, man. A lot of they folks, I'm talking about NBA Big B, I'm talking about Herm the Black Sheep or NBA Herm or just Herm, you know what I mean? These cats have always come out in support of Quando Rondo and commented under any post about him or anything that anybody says about NBA Youngboy or anything in relation to this situation. They've been very vocal on social media. Now, yesterday, Say Cheese posted the whole response from Quando Rondo about, what Big U said about him reaching out for protection. And Herm posted something, man, and he was basically just making it seem like Big U was trying to little boy Quando Rondo. But, man, let's look at the post real quick. So Herm said this, man, and I'm going to have to improvise because he uses some colorful language. And he basically says, I see this type of stuff every day. Old cats get mad when they can't little boy you, laughing emojis. So basically saying that Big U was trying to little boy Quando Rondo and make it seem like, Quando Rondo has to reach out for him for protection and help, and now it's too late. Because anybody who's seen that interview, they got that impression from what Big U said. Now, I don't know if that was Big U's intentions, but that's definitely what it sounded like. And it seems like NBA Herm or Big Herm, he's actually right on target right here, man. Because if Quando Rondo reached out and it didn't have anything to do with any protections or anything like that, it's kind of messed up to throw him out there and put him out, especially put his name out there like he's crawling back to Big U and everybody for help. You know what I mean? Because we don't know if that happened or not, but that was definitely the picture that was painted. Now, somebody else who took to social media, and you can't really tell if he's responding to Quando Rondo's situation or not, but a lot of people believe he is, and that's Lil Durk. So let's look at this post from Lil Durk. Now, Lil Durk also used some language we can't use on this platform, but man, he was definitely dissing somebody. Now, he said this. He said, make raw music and stop crying like little soft, all those blanks you can put into words. The first one, like little female dogs, and then soft, you know what, man, just call whoever this is out their name. Now, I don't think it's a stretch saying that he's talking about Quando Rondo here. Wanna know why? Because don't forget, just last month, Quando Rondo did a whole music video where he had a fake Lil Durk in the video and ran down on him in the video, man, with skulls and stuff on the ground, man. So I think that, Lil Durk is possibly, that he's might be aiming this at Quando Rondo, given his situation with the whole Big U thing, because that was a big story yesterday. Now, he made another post, and he said this, and it just simply said this. It said, we the streets. So letting it be known that he still feels like him, OTF, are the streets. Now, I don't think this is a weird coincidence because, I mean, like I said, man, there's been a lot of drama between these two camps. And the thing that they got between Quando, Rondo, and OTF and them, it's not going away anytime soon, man. I don't think cooler heads will prevail, even though we all want them to, right? But, I mean, I think Lil Durk did find an opportunity here to jump on the Bash Quando Rondo train because, I mean, Quando Rondo just put him in the video, like, and dissed him. Like, so it's, I mean, all's fair, you know what I mean? But, man, also somebody who spoke out, and he really wasn't talking about anything to do with Quando Rondo. He was really just talking about the situation that he's got going on back home in Chicago, and that was Mimo 600. Now, Mimo 600 made this post right here. And, man, Mimo put it out here like this. He said, my label just called me about a couple millions. I ain't trying to kick it on Steve. Crying, laughing emoji, man. Laughing, crying emoji. Now, I'm wondering, does he mean that he's not trying to kick it on Steve Drive? Or is he talking about on Steve, he ain't trying to kick it with nobody unless they talking about some money? Because obviously, the label situation over there is going great with OTF. They just dropped another album that was pretty much, I mean, it was another compilation. You know, it was like another crew album. And just letting it be known that they are forcing this rap game because I think it's going to chart pretty high. I mean, that's what everything was looking at. I saw it was like #1 on iTunes for a second there. So things looking up for Mimo, man, and his team. To be honest, man, on the Lil Durk side of the game, in the rap game, they are kind of killing it right now. I mean, they are doing really, really well. Like, Lil Durk has leveled up a couple of levels, and it looks like he's taking his whole team with him. But I think, man, they still got this situation that's lingering back there with the whole Quando Rondo, obvious, you know, Cold War that they got between NBA Youngboy and they camp. And, man, we'll see where this thing leads because, you know, if cooler heads ever prevail, it'll make news. If they don't, it'll make news, to be honest with you. Now, I think that Lil Durk and these cats, man, are just too focused on their career right now because I'm sure they picked up a whole bunch of money during All-Star Weekend. You seen Lil Durk's name all over the place. And, you know, with that shows, book, man, money, I'm sure they get in the bag. Now, I done dragged this video on a little long. But what do you guys think, man? What do you think about this whole Quando Rondo situation? Did you check the last video? Do you think that he really reached out to Big U and asked the big homie for protection? Or do you think that was Big U just, you know, blowing it out of proportion? Or what do you guys think about Lil Durk, man? Is Lil Durk snapping back at Quando Rondo? I mean, we can't forget the fact that that Quando Rondo put Lil Durk, a fake Lil Durk, in his music video and ran him down. And do you think Mimo 600 is starting to get too big to just be kicking it on Steve Drive or just kicking it in general and should just be focused on his career? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.